Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Allow me to present the result of the research that has been carried out. But before that, let's introduce. My name is Linda Perdanawanti from the Cilacap State Polytechnic. My research about the comparison of quality sniper selection result using WASPAS and WP method. The consumption of Indonesian fish is quite high and fish contain high nutritional value of animal protein. The one with the highest nutritional content is red snapper because this type of snapper tastes sweeter than the other two variants according to the snapper connoisseurs. The problem of the fish by fish seller is that they don't pay attention to the quality of the snapper product during the selection process. So sometimes the snapper shot is not fresh. The system that will be built in this is a decision support system to determine quality snapper using two methods, namely WP and WASPAS. For selection snapper quality with this decision support system, the criteria used to select quality snapper are denoted by X1 until X4, namely X1 is types of snapper, X2 is the color of the snapper, X3 is snapper eye color, and X4 is weight of snapper. The weight of each criterion notated by B weight from X1 until X4 is 1.75, X2 is 2.75, X3 is 3.25, and X4 is 2.25. The alternative compared in this study were 16 items denoted by A1 until A16 which had their respective weight. For literature review, the one is Panji. The research used the TOPSIS method to make the decision support system. This research resulted in a recommendation of the name of students who were accepted into a tertiary institution and received full scholarship from the institution. For the second is Kurnia et al. Built an information system to determine the supply of raw material in a company, namely PT Makassar Mega Prima. Raw material inventory must be determined at some time before the raw material runs out because it will hamper the production process. And the third is Desi et al. Researchers combine two methods of decision making, namely the AHP method and the TOPSIS method, to obtain the best decision on the problem at hand. These criteria include writing the theme of the thesis, the order of the thesis writing, the student manners during quizzing process, material delivery during the thesis defense, and finally, the said thesis material comprehension at the time of the thesis defense. This is a figure of component interaction in the decision support system. Some components of the decision support system are database management, which is used to manage all data used in the system. Model base represent the model on or method of decision making and user interface. The module used by end user to interact with the decision support system that are developed. Each component interacts to give a decision recommendation to end user. Weighted product method, the process is one, determine the criteria to be used and alternative to be compared, determine the suitable rating of each alternative compared to the criteria used, determine the decision matrix and determine the normalized weights for each criterion using the formula, determine vector S value, determine vector V value. Rank of V vector values is a result of decision analyzed by the WP method. And the WASPAS method is start with making an alternative decision matrix and the criteria involved. The decision matrix that has been formed is normalized and determine ZE value by using formula. This is a figure of UCD process step. The development of decision support system use user-centered design method. This method accommodates the end-user requirement for the system developed. The module built on the decision support system represent the end-user needs for an easy-to-use system and provide the best decision recommendation with the high weighted. I'm sorry. The end of developing a decision support system using a user-centered design model is to produce information system with high usability values. The process of this method begins by describing the end user who will use this decision support system. Next is to describe the needs of the end user of decision support system to choose quality snapper. Usually, this step is done by interviewing end user, and by the result of interviews, end user needs for the desired system can be captured. This is a WP method calculation result. In figure 8, notation 1 until 16 show the alternative data being compared. X1 until X4 is the criterion data, while V show the value of vector V, which is the final result of the WP method calculation. From the graph above, it shows that the highest value is obtained by A6. This figure is WASPA's method calculation result. The graph shows that A1 through A16 did not compare alternative using the WASPA's method to search for high-quality snapper. X1, X2, X3, and X4 show the criteria used to find alternatives that have the highest set value and are determined as the best quality snapper. In the graph, A6 shows the highest value out of other alternatives drawn in blue lines. The WP method is combined by the SAW method is the aim of getting the most optional calculation result. In this figure is result comparison of decision support system calculation for quality snapper selection. Comparison of the calculation result of to find the best quality snapper in this decision support system uses two methods, namely the WP method and the WASPAS method in figure 8. Notation A represents alternative from A1 until A16. The notation V represents V vector, which is the final result of WP calculation method. V1 representing the final result of alternative A1 to V16 for alternative A16. Notation Z representation the final value of the calculation using the WASPAS method from Z1 until Z16 respectively for alternative A1 through A16. Based on the calculation that have been done either using the WP method or using the WASPAS method, the end result is the same. AC gets the highest value. In the WP method, the value is 0.22, while in the WASPAS method, the A6 value is 1.56. For the process in the WP method, after the decision matrix has been formed and normalized, It continues to look for the value of the S factor and the V factor. In the other hand, in the WASPAS method, after knowing the value of the normalized degradation matrix, all that remains is to find the value of Z. Thank you.